What is going on, YouTube? I am Lamont at large. Today we are in Durant, Oklahoma, and I am here today to unfortunately talk about once again the whole allegations that I believe to be true, and that is with Jared Leisek, creep, who is the leader of Adventures with Purpose. So about 15-20 minutes ago, I got an email from somebody who gave me a link to an article that shows that Jared Leisek was booked into the St. Pete County Jail on January 5th. There was no bail, meaning that he didn't have to pay a bail amount to get out. It was a book and release that was probably set up by his lawyer, his high-priced lawyer. Normally, if you watch my channel, my channel is predicated on a couple different things. One, going to the locations of where crimes were committed, where disasters happened, cemeteries, graveyards, a little bit of prison stuff, interviews. As we go on, I'll always start expanding the channel, trying to do different things that I think that people might enjoy, what have you. I typically do not talk about crimes over and over and over again. I'm not one of those prototypical YouTubers who jump on a crime that has been talked about all over social media and then basically beat you over the head with the story over and over and over again just because it gets great views. Not knocking anybody for that. That's just not my thing. I have absolutely no interest in that whatsoever. I somehow feel that I'm doing this in this video about this whole situation. Now, normally when something like this happens, everybody on YouTube talks about it, and then everybody knows about it, and then it kind of just dies off. You know what I mean? For instance, the Gabby Petito murder. Her boyfriend murdered her. It was all over social media. You had YouTubers beating you over the head with it. Views, 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 money, money, money. Hey, we all need to make a living. And then everything's over. The boyfriend takes his own life, and there's really no closure to that case, and everyone stops talking about it, and then they wait for the next crime that has occurred that the media jumps on for whatever reasons the media is jumping on it, and then they go back to pumping out the videos about these, crimes that were committed. So I thought that when the Jared pervert Leisek, I thought when all of that came out, I thought this was going to be one of those things. But surprisingly enough, nobody really talked about it. I mean, several smaller YouTube channels spoke about it. And the only bigger YouTube channel that mentioned it or spoke about it was 10 to Life. Now, other than her, no one has jumped on, not saying the bandwagon, but yet nobody's really talked about this whole thing, which I thought was a pretty big deal. Somebody that has almost 3 million subscribers, that has a YouTube channel, that was accused of some pretty nefarious and disgusting things, which I believed it to be true. Now, I know that some of you guys are going to say out there, well, whatever happened to being innocent until proven guilty? I totally believe that. I totally agree with that, and I understand that what you guys are saying. But when somebody is accused of a nasty crime such as that, your first reaction as a man when you're being accused of this is to just go crazy, vehemently deny the allegations and tell them what the hell is wrong with you. You're sick, and insinuating that I have done these nasty things. Okay, an innocent man doesn't blame his history for his past previous crimes. An innocent man doesn't say that he has made bad decisions in his life. A innocent man doesn't say, quote, "I'm sorry for the things we cannot change. It is unfortunate that the Liesek and Juha's family lineage experienced the S word that you and I and many of the other cousins were brought into like yourself. I was once a victim by multiple people, both in and out of the family. Like yourself, I was once a victim by multiple people, both in and out of the family. It is an unfortunate thing when families like ours experience molestation. I have tried to apologize to you and to have an open conversation with you about it and to answer any questions you might have. I have previously attempted to apologize, not to clear my own conscience, but to help you heal and help with any struggles, as you may have been having, as many of us had to learn how to overcome and move forward. Making a 46-year-old man live the mistakes of a child is not realistic. Thank God we are not judged for our actions as youth, as I am grateful that many of us cousins acknowledged and stopped those sins which happened to us and those sins we once committed as a result of grooming," unquote. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that an innocent man doesn't admit to the allegations brought upon him by his victim. Now, another thing that I wanted to touch on is that I am absolutely shocked, right? Because I did not want to make this video, but I am absolutely shocked that not only has Jared Leisek hired a new crew. These guys right here on your TV screen, I do not know these guys' names. I do not know who they are. I do not know why they would want to work with a rapist, but they do apparently. But what surprises to me the most is that you guys that are still watching this creep's channel act like what he did 30 years ago was just, it wasn't his fault. I'm amazed about the comments. I don't watch any of their videos. I've never been interested in any of their videos. I've always thought, even though their channel, they were doing good things, I've always thought that, their channel was a little bit Hollywood, a little bit Hollywood. You're shoving the camera into a crying person's face as you're dredging up the car that your deceased loved one is in. And it is quite clear, and I well enough know what Jared Leisek was doing in making this channel. And listen, I don't blame him. You're making money doing whatever it is that you do. Keep doing what you do. A lot of people on YouTube, their videos might be cringe. They might fluff up their hair. They might put on 2 pounds of makeup and just do what they do. But let me tell you, if it works, do it. I don't knock anybody for making a living doing whatever it is that they can do, especially when it comes to YouTube, because I'm a part of that thing, And talking about myself, I could be quite as cringe as the next YouTuber. I mean, what kind of creep goes to cemeteries? I could hear somebody thinking that to the top of their head, you know what I mean? And I've been doing it for quite some time, ever since I was a kid. So it's just always been a fascinating thing to me. But what I don't understand is the emails are out there. They were written in his own hand with Adventures with Purpose on the email. So they are official Adventures with Purpose emails. He did readily admit to what he did and the mistakes that he made. He calls himself a child, but yet was driving a vehicle. Last time I checked, children don't drive cars. So you were not a child. You were a 16 or 17-year-old about to be 18-year-old adult. And last time I checked, because you were the victim of molestation does not give you a pass to inflict that trauma upon somebody else. That's just the last time that I checked. But what's disgusting to me is the society that we live in right now. And I'm not going to get into any politics or nothing like that. This channel is not what this is about, or what that's about. But I do want to say that it slowly but surely, over time, things are starting to become normalized, right? And that's fine. You do what you want to do in life, you know. But I'm amazed about how many comments in their last videos after the rest of the team left. I am absolutely amazed about all the comments from people who believe the accusations and who say that, oh yeah, it happened, but it happened so long ago, forgive and forget and carry on. The mission must be completed. That's what these idiots say. The mission must be completed. So we all make choices in our life. I believe when you're about 10 years old, you know right from wrong. When you're 12 years old, you know right from wrong. Okay, when I was 12 years old, I stole somebody's bicycle, you know? They locked it up at a school. I came with some bolt cutters and I cut the lock and I stole the bicycle. Did I know that was wrong? Yeah. And I'm sorry that I did it to this day, even though I'm sure that kid forgot about the bike. Things like that still bother me about stupid things that I used to do as a kid. So we all know as children, because our parents, they show us right from wrong. And even if you don't have parents that do that, even if you don't have parents that show you right from wrong, the Lord gave us a conscience. So even though in your brain you might think it's okay, in your heart of hearts you know what you did to those victims. Anybody with any victim, you know it's wrong. At the end of the day, you know it's wrong. But these people in these comments, these weird people, think that all because it happened 30 years ago, he was a teenager, dare say someone would say he was a child, that it makes it okay that it happened so long ago that everybody forgets. You know, there's an exercise that I like to do, right? There's an exercise that I like to do, and it's called empathy, right? Because I seriously doubt if any of your children, God forbid, came to you one day and said, hey mom, hey dad, cousin Larry molested me when I was 10 years old. Now, your child could be a 60-year-old woman coming up to you and telling you this, that it happened 50 years ago. Would you say, oh, that happened so long ago, forget it? Let's say that girl was your daughter and she came to you and said that she was raped and molested in 1992. Would you tell her, well, it happened so long ago, this guy's doing such a great thing with finding people that crashed into rivers and lakes, just forget about it. Don't worry about it. Now, if you'll excuse me, honey, I gotta watch this guy on my iPad. Would you tell your daughter that? Would you tell your son that? If that was your child, would you tell them that? Hey, yeah, you know, it happened a long time ago, so let's just sit down and watch this guy tow another car out of the water. I don't think so. I don't think you would say that. And if you would say that, I think you're a very disturbed individual. I think you're a very disturbed individual. So anyways, so looks like the creep is has a new crew, and they're gonna go out doing the same spiels that they've done previously. I am amazed. Whoever those guys are in that picture right there, whoever those guys are, I don't know who you are. But you guys, I don't know how much he's paying you. But you guys got some absolute nerve. Some absolute nerve working with that guy. Now, I don't tell a grown man what to do. Grown men do what they want to do in life. You're an adult. But I'm absolutely floored. I'm flabbergasted. I am shocked beyond belief that he got these guys to actually work for him. And I want to end this video by saying this, in case some of you guys out there are not sure about how YouTube works. I've seen in the comment section of one of his videos, and I see this a lot, people will, number one, they will still think that those other guys that were a part of the Adventures with Purpose team, that they somehow own this channel. Like it's all of their channel and they're all just working together. No. Number one, you're watching old videos of John and Nick and those other guys working in those videos. Those are old videos. They all quit. When they found out the disgusting things that this monster and creep did, they all did the right thing and they quit. Okay? Adventures with Purpose is not Doug, is not the other guys. It's Jared Leisek. That's like Jared owning a construction company and you hire a guy to do your framing. You hire another guy to run the bulldozer. You hire another guy to lay out the cement, okay? Those guys don't own that construction company. They all work for Jared Leisek, who is Adventures with Purpose, okay? That's how that works. When you watch his channel, you're putting money into his pocket. When they're begging for money, when they're telling you, oh, become a member, you're putting money into his pocket that goes towards a couple of things. Number one, taking care of his family. Number two, his mortgage on his second home worth over $1 million. Yes, guys, thanks to you guys, thanks to all of your donations and the hard work of everybody around this creep, he was able to afford $1 million house. I don't even think I've ever been inside of $1 million house. But thank God you guys were there with your $5 super chats, your $10, your memberships, because that $1 million house was paid for by YouTube. YouTube could be a very good thing. Sometimes it could be a very not good thing, depending on what side of the fence that you're on. So congratulations to you guys for that. They're still asking for donations. Again, your money's gonna go to the mortgage on his second $1 million home, number one. Number two, it's gonna go to paying whatever his employees. And number three, and most importantly enough, it's gonna go to his lawyer, because the lawyer, I'm imagining it's not gonna be cheap, but this guy has made quite a bit of money on YouTube, quite a bit of money, and I'm pretty sure he could afford his lawyer. And right now, his lawyers are trying to get the case thrown out of court. They're trying to get the case thrown out of court. There was no booking photo of Jared that I can show, because San P County Jail, they don't release booking photos. But I'm just amazed how nobody's talking about this story. Yeah, like I said, Iked Mel, he talked about it. 10 to Life, I've spoke about it. And then the rest of the channels, you know, smaller channels, but they're all doing their good efforts in bringing out this creep and exposing this creep. So big shout out to all of the other channels out there that are keeping this going. I'm just shocked that Chris Hansen, I'm waiting for that one. I'm waiting for Chris Hansen to talk about this story. Chris Hansen has talked about EDP a few times. I'm pretty sure that he's going to talk about it soon enough. And I'm waiting for Penguin Zero. Is that his name? The guy with the long hair? Penguin Zero, where are you at? Why are you not talking about this? I have no idea. I don't know. Anyways, in regards to this channel, I will not be talking about this anytime soon. I'm going to give this a break. I got other things going on where I got to focus my energy on. Guys, thank you for listening to me kind of rant and lay down my spiel for you guys or whatever. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. And hey, listen, you know, innocent till proven guilty. Like I said, I just read part of the emails that he sent. An innocent man doesn't speak like that. And if you still want to watch his channel, hey, this is a free country. You know, more power to you for supporting a rapist. Yeah, good job. Good job on that. All right, guys, I gotta go. Catch up with you later. Have a good one. Peace out.